kinds of kitchen cabinets have been painted by Hollywood Painting, such as wood, melamine, stained, and varnished woods. In this particular case, this was basically a fiberboard type of a deal with a skin put on it, a layer of basically a layer of a veneer, which makes it look like wood. The actual those solid pieces of the squares on the doors themselves, they are solid wood, but everything else is just a veneered plywood. So be careful that you should be aware of the fact that you can't sand too much, because if you sand too much, you're going to sand right through this stuff into just simply basically bare plywood. So what I've got here is we've got the kitchen doors that have knobs. They all have to come off. Once all the knobs are all off, then I clean everything down with just some kind of a solvent, either soap or whatever, just to clean all the dirt off it and clean the greases off it. And then once they're all clean, then what I do is I sand them all. You can see there's a block sander there. I sand everything down. The sandpaper I used was between 120 to about 180 grit. I'd likely sand everything down. Not sanding this thing to the point where you're start removing wood. You just sand it just to get rid of any specks, anything that might not quite look right. And once everything's sanded, then I take a tack cloth. I usually soak a little bit of Varsol or something to that effect. Just put a little bit of, don't soak the cloth. Just make it so damp. So when you run your cloth over top of the wood, then it picks up the dirt, and just keep on rotating your cloth until you picked up all the dirt and everything is nice and fresh and clean. Some more of the kitchen there, and then this here is I guess is a second coat of painting on here, which that was one coat of primer, then one coat of melamine finish on here, and then I'll show you some more pictures here. And there's the can there that I used for the finish coat. Somebody walked in and ruined the lower part of the picture there walked in the door, so I had to redo the bottom of the counter and so forth. That dog came in, I think, or whatever, and they just simply brushed the hair on everything there. So anyway, I took care of that the second time around. And here I've got exactly the same thing again. I sanded everything down, prepared everything, sanded everything down, and then primed everything down again. Be careful not to put too much paint on. Just put on very thin. As you can see there, it's not even painted. There's just very, very thin coat of something on there for the paint to actually adhere to. This is what it looks like after it got painted completely. 2 coats of brown paint on everything here. And you can see it looks very nice. It looked like basically a spray job. The trick here is not to put too much paint on. Even if it takes 3 coats, it's better to do 3 coats, 3 thin coats than one. I should say maybe 2 thicker coats. Look inside of that door there. It looks perfect. You would think it was being sprayed by a factory.